Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic Four First Steps is looking like it's going to have a terrible weekend. And I say terrible, the drop from its first weekend to second weekend is about average for a Marvel movie, which is what I've been saying for a really long time. It's looking like it's going to be 60%. In fact, to be precise, 61%. Now that ordinarily wouldn't be that bad, but Marvel movies used to, because they don't anymore, they used to open to bigger numbers. And so when they fell off, like they always did, they would always fall off about 60%. They'd be heavily front-loaded. This is the norm for most Marvel movies. I think actually the only ones which typically had quite good legs were the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Like some of them sort of limped on to be relatively high earners when all is said and done. But this one, yeah, not great with its opening weekend. Not great. So I thought we'd take a look at this and dissect it. Now, we have had some rumours that it didn't cost anywhere near as much money as what previous Marvel movies have cost. And that was because they apparently discussed how they kept their budgets down. How the likes of the creators on The Creator managed to keep their budgets low whilst maintaining good visual effects, which is lunacy that Marvel didn't know how to do this, but whatever. Effectively, we just don't know what the budget is, but if it's around, even on average, the $200 to $250 million mark, they're not doing very good numbers here. They're not doing good numbers at all. So I thought we'd take a look, right? And there is also another way to look at this as well, by the way. The other way to look at this is that with estimations currently in that it will finish its theatrical run with about $500 million. The other angle of looking at this is Marvel has to restart again. Because $500 million would have been comparable to what, say, Captain America made. Right? The first Avenger. And so there is an argument to be said that these movies have to go back to that. Rebuild the universe again. I don't think that's the case, though, and I think they will lose too much money in the process, but whatever. So anyway, as it says here, I'll hit subscribe, by the way, if you are new here and you enjoy videos like this, just dissecting pieces of information and providing it to you with some context. So the Fantastic Four First Steps is about to enter its second weekend in theatres, and following an estimated $7.4 million Thursday, the movie is likely to end the weekend with an additional $45 million / $47 million. That's a 61% decline. And they've taken that article has taken that here, from here, the Deadline article. And it says that, it's all about the second weekend of Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four First Steps, which ends the week with $158.3 million after an estimated $7.4 million Thursday, which is down 14% from Wednesday. So the second frame outlook is $45 to $47 million for the net $200 million budgeted movie. That's what they're saying. And it would have had a bare minimum $100 million for marketing. Bare minimum. So $600 million to break even, right? But they say this, it is around a 61% decline. So not great, not fantastic. And you'll see a lot of people kind of running cover for this. It's neither a great result nor a particularly bad one. Well, again, I mean, it is. Objectively, it is. That's not great. And if they're looking like it's going to end $500 to $600 million, I mean, they wish it was $600 million. At the very least, then it would break even. This movie is looking like it will lose money. Right? It looks like it's going to lose cash. Which isn't great. That's pretty dire. So the Fantastic Four First Steps has grossed roughly $250 million worldwide. So bet on it easily passing $300 million by the end of the weekend. It will likely do that. Worldwide, yeah, it will likely cross $300 million. I don't see it crossing $400 million. I don't see that happening. And if this only hits $500 to $600 million, that's pretty bad. That's a significant drop-off. That's a significant drop-off for these movies. And the thing is, what's funny about this is you're getting people come out ridiculing Pedro Pascal for being in everything at the moment. And the thing is, like, that's okay if people are likable, but Pedro Pascal's not really likable. You know, people are irritated that he's in everything. People are like, oh, we got watch another Pedro Pascal movie. Liam Neeson surprised crowds at a Naked Gun screening. And he said, spoiler alert, there's no zombies, no superheroes, and no Pedro Pascal in this movie. And they just kind of walked off. Which is brilliant, to be honest. It's absolutely brilliant. And I thought we would take a look, just sort of for context, I guess. You know, Fantastic Four First Steps here. It has it's good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. 86% for critics, 92% from audiences. I think there's a few things to consider here, though. 10,000 plus verified ratings. All audience is 25,000 plus. So all audience is lower, 89%. 25,000 plus that's not great. That's not great for a Marvel movie so far. That's not great. But it does, you know, that's low numbers is what I mean. But it does imply, does infer anyway, at least, is that the people that have gone to watch this have liked it, right? They have enjoyed it. But people aren't sold. People aren't going to the theatres. There's no energy from people to go to the theatres right now to watch this film. And just because it's comparable, only because it's a superhero movie, we'll look at Superman. Because Superman is very similar, right? In terms of... Oh, go back there. Click on this. We'll look at all audience reviews. So 50,000 plus in what will be, third weekend now? I think, if I remember rightly. Could be fourth, to be fair. So, over double audience reviews. But again, even then, this isn't great. This isn't that good by comparison to what superhero movies used to do. And I guess that's really the point of this, is that I do think the age of the superhero is not necessarily over, but it's definitely waned. You know, the interest just isn't there like it was before. And to me, both of these, both Fantastic Four and both Superman, doing as bad as they have done. Because remember, these movies, in another time, they would have done better. Or at least, would have been positioned to have done better. I think that definitely is an example of things waning. So there you go. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Fantastic flop? Yeah, I think so, unfortunately. I don't think this will be successful. $500 million isn't successful for these movies. That just isn't successful. With a $200 million budget and $100 million marketing, $600 million is the break-even point. Now, yeah, you can factor in some tax credits here and there. But they're not going to be happy with $500 million. 600? They might shrug and go, okay, that's not great, but we're getting somewhere. But $500 million, if that's what this movie ends up with, it's not good at all. And I said this when I was doing the initial weekend box office. I said, this is not good. This is a flop territory because of the standard 60% drop for a Marvel movie. Now it's coming at 61%, or will do anyway. So, yeah, let me know what you think down below. I'll be back on Sunday to discuss this and take a look and see what the actual numbers were. It could even be worse than that. So join me Sunday. Until then, leave your thoughts down below. Bye-bye now.